Hello and welcome to my desk. My name is Lena. I'm coming here with just an update on my knitting project. I saw that my first upload to YouTube about my knitting project got quite good viewing. So maybe you guys would like to see the progress of it. I'm not finished yet, but I am knitting this. It's actually called an art knit from Crystal Sci-Fi, and it's a flower power jacket. And yes, I know it's like really colorful and almost like a circus jacket, but I can't count the times that I've been busted outside in my garden with a cup of coffee in my hand wearing my robe. And I just thought that if I could replace that habit of taking on a robe when I get out of bed and instead putting on this flower power jacket, then I wouldn't be so embarrassed getting busted in the garden in my bathrobe. So that's the whole reason for picking up a huge jacket as a project. And I knit because I'm warming up my fingers, and it's an advice from a lot of people who's um, is afflicted by arthritis that knitting is a good way of exercising your joints, and it should be something that you do on a regular basis to keep having healthy muscles in your fingers. So I've been taking that advice, and I must admit that it's a little bit sad that I have to use this beautiful project as some sort of a recovery from bad fingers, because my tension is variated throughout my project. Because there are days that I can only knit with a very fat knitting needle, and then there's other days where I can use a smaller knitting needle, and I do see a difference in the tension of the pattern. But hey, that's it. I want to show you how far I have come. Yeah, so I actually have come pretty far. I've made the majority of the jacket and only need to work on the sleeves, and it's super long and it's very likable to look at. It sparks joy to me. So even though that I chose this hippie flower power pattern, I have no regrets. I mean, this is the perfect morning jacket. Oh, it's a little bit wonky. There, now I adjusted it so you can see that the stripes actually do match up. Just for the people with OCD thinking that I knitted it totally wonky. I want to show you the back of the jacket. This is the back of the jacket, and it's looking a little bit sloppy right now because as soon as the sleeves are going to be attached, it will add more firmness to it. This is a little bit closer, but it's the first time that I'm doing that Fair Isle knitting, and I think I got away with it quite okay when you think about it's my first Fair Isle knitting. Sure, it's very easy to do these just checker squares, but then as soon as you came to the area where you needed to, you know, have two strands, it became a little bit difficult. So, but it's been a very likable project, and I love the way that the border on the inside of the jacket is carried out. So I really love the design. I can imagine that if you choose different colors than these really bright colors, that you could reproduce another jacket. Imagine if you had like a dark, almost like a black background, and then some purple flowers or something. So I wouldn't mind when I'm finished with this one to try knitting it one more time. it really helps me with my arthritis. So it's been quite fun actually to have a project that helps me out with my fingers, and then at the same time I can see something grow. And it's like the Mount Everest of a knitting project when you're a novice like me. But you know, how to eat an elephant is one bite at the time, right? So 1 inch at the time, and I didn't really have focus about how huge a project this is. I think this is like 400 hours of knitting maybe. But it's because I have a different purpose for doing it, I think. So yeah. So now I'm working on the sleeves, and like I said, I have days that are not so good, and then I need a bigger knitting needle, and it gives me this very loose look right here, and down here is a day where I was better, so it's more firm. So it is a bit sad that there is these deviations between how tight it's knitted. But because I like to switch between good and bad days, I got the second sleeve already rolled up on pins, you know. And these are like the pins, needles. I don't know, I'm not a knitter, I don't know what it's called. But these size is what I would have preferred to knit the project on if I had to choose myself, because it gives this very good look of the thread. And down here you can see I'm having a bad day. Can you see how loose it is, like how sloppy it is? I'm hoping to be able to steam it up with my iron, so it will match this area up here a little bit better. But yeah, I got these sleeves going on. And then you might want to see how is the yarn basket. Well, it shrunk quite a bit. Look, this is what's left, and then also these. But can you remember how all of them were like big and chunky when I first showed my video? And now they are into these small balls. But I think it's actually a good idea that I started both sleeves at the same time. When I did it, I didn't think about it other than I need 2 different size of needles, right? So it was just perfect having to knit 2 items like sleeves. But now when I'm, you know, knitting and these are getting smaller and smaller, I'm so lucky that, oh my god, I'm so lucky that I started the other sleeve, because I really would like to mirror the sleeve pattern in the color so it becomes somewhat cohesive, because there's a lot going on in this pattern already. You know, it's very colorful. So I think keeping the sleeves somewhat cohesive would be a good idea. So yeah. But yeah, you know, I feel that I'm close to be finished. So of course in my head I'm already now at that stage, and I think it's very normal for people who knit on a regular basis that when you are at this stage where I am, you start pondering about your next project, right? Yeah, right. That's how bad we are. And I think that for my next project, I'm gonna get some leftovers scraps from this project, and I have been really fond of these wrist warmers, and it looks like I might be able to have enough yarn left over from this project to knit myself a fresh pair of these wrist warmers, because as you can see they get pretty scuffed up from being in the washing machine and also daily usage. So at the moment I'm thinking about the scraps should go for wrist warmers, and then I am thinking that it would be clever of me to start a new project where I could use this bigger needle. So what I have in mind is some sort of a poncho, like a shoulder. Imagine just a cape. It's not gonna be like a huge poncho. It's gonna stop on the half of your overarm. Okay, maybe that's a whole nother video. But I am pondering about finding a project in a round loop with bigger needles, because that would be preferable for my situation, and then try to do it in a 2-strand ferrule so that it gives me the dynamic, because I really love the dynamic of this knitting project, where you constantly have to change a color, and it's very fun to knitting from a pattern where you simply are having fun colors to work with. So yeah, but okay, that was just an update, a knitting update from me. Hopefully soon I will come back and show you the finished jacket. Couldn't it be awesome now that spring is on its way, if I could finish this jacket so I could use it this summer instead of my bathrobe? And oh, by the way, I have a Pusheen bathrobe. Oh my god, it's making it even worse, right? Yeah, it's a mint bathrobe with the Pusheen the cat all printed all over it. Oh gosh, so can't wait. I bet my hubby even can't wait that I get finished with this. Thanks for watching.